Yeah, breaking news, breaking news. MrBeast finally responded. We could be talking about XQC having a stream with Drake, but here we are talking about MrBeast again. I just talked about earlier this week, gave my thoughts on what I thought about the whole thing, and yesterday he finally responded on a 2-hour interview with Oompaville. The interview, he addressed a lot of the things people were talking about, but apparently some people were saying it's not enough or whatever. I don't know. I watched Oompaville's video, Tom Dark's analyze, like a whole bunch of people analyzed it. And, I guess after the interview, Oompaville called Jimmy to ask him about like the crypto stuff. And as for the crypto stuff, you know, if you're gonna put your money in crypto, you got to be expecting to lose it, because it's a volatile market. It's like the worst thing to put your money into if you actually want to make money, unless you're lucky. But MrBeast even said in this interview that he wasn't in charge of that wallet or whatever. Some people still think he had a say. If he did have a say, who cares? The illegal lottery thing, I think that happened when he was still like real young. I think like 17 maybe, or 19. He was some high school age, and his channel was growing a lot. I watched internet anarchist's video, and he was saying that Jimmy should have talked more about like the SA allegations, but I think that's more so Chris Tyson. I feel like a lot of people were more mad at Chris Tyson, and then they're blaming Jimmy. Or I also saw a comment online saying that they were disproving of Jimmy working with Logan Paul and KSI, and it's like, why does that matter? You know what I mean? And watch, people are probably gonna call me a MrBeast glazer, but the fact of the matter is, you're either a glazer or you're a hater to those people. One thing I haven't really heard anybody kind of focus on in the Oompaville interview is the fact that Jimmy said that he's lost millions because of the misinformation that was spread, and people still want to spread misinformation. It's like, I don't know. If anybody knows anything about law or legal stuff out there, you know it's about to not be pretty for Dogpack. And I don't know about Jake Weddle and Rosanna Pansino, but the two of them were claiming that Lunchley was all moldy and all this stuff, and Jimmy even addressed that in that interview. They also talked about Shadman and the poster that was hanging up in Jimmy's like living room when they were like kids, but it was Chris Tyson's. Once again, it was his poster, and Jimmy didn't even really know of Shadman, even though someone said that he interacted with him. It's like, Jimmy probably interacted with a lot of people over the years. How you gonna remember? Like, I've never heard of this guy Shadman, and maybe he used a different name, maybe used the same name, but I don't know. It just didn't. Even now, it doesn't stick with me, because just hearing the type of art that he would create is disgusting. So it's just something that I would just shove off anyway. One of the big critiques I was hearing about Jimmy was the fact that he hired a third-party investigation. And it's like, well, yeah, that's what he's got to do. And they found some discrepancies with the company that he's addressing. But it's like, you guys are questioning Jimmy getting an investigation done, when it's like Dogpack 44 is definitely, he has like all the symptoms for or all the bullet points for a disgruntled employee that's upset that they got terminated because of X, Y, and Z. I won't even get into why he got terminated. But that he knows, and Jimmy knows, and I mean, Jake Weddle, he was over here accusing Jimmy of war crimes. That's kind of slanderous. When he was fortunate enough to, offer you $110,000 for not even completing the challenge, and he couldn't even make a video out of it. I don't really know much about Rosanna Pansino, but I could see that she was maybe manipulated by Dogpack. Maybe he's been manipulating this whole situation the whole time, and just trying to get Jake on his team. I'm surprised they didn't try and get Sneeko, and Jake the Viking, I guess, wasn't cool with that either. He's doing his own thing, I think. But yeah, if you want to know more, go about 1 hour into Oompaville's video. He asked MrBeast directly, "Are you gonna sue Dogpack?" I think a lot of people should start thinking about this. You can't just be spreading all this misinformation. And Jimmy, after he explains his thought process, he's pretty much yeah, there's been actual sponsors that pulled out of supporting him because of Dogpack's video, and Dogpack's just throwing around baseless accusations. It's just, I don't know, it's insane. To be honest, now that MrBeast has responded, I'd like to hear Dogpack, Dawson. I'd like to hear how he could counter any of those points. I guess that's one of the reasons why MrBeast went on Oompaville, because Oompaville already interviewed Dogpack. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know where this drama's going, but it is juicy. I mean, throughout this entire interview, MrBeast is as transparent as possible, and then you got people saying that Oompa didn't push him hard enough, or anything like that, or that CoffeeZilla should have been the one to interview him. I don't know. I think it might be the fad or something like that to just hate on whoever's at the top. In this case, it's Jimmy, or Drake in the music industry, or even Kai Cenat on Twitch. I mean, going into the interview, Oompa and MrBeast talk about how Dogpack pretty much calls MrBeast the Antichrist, and that's kind of a crazy accusation to be making. I also watched Upper Echelon's video, and this guy named Cam Nuggets. They're part of the YouTube thing that they just keep talking about this drama just to get thousands and thousands of views. Just because they're bashing on Jimmy, and anybody that defends Jimmy is a shill. It's a toxic culture, community, whatever. That Cam Nuggets guy, they said that they debunk a lot of what Jimmy said during Oompaville's interview, but nothing. They don't really debunk anything. I mean, Cam Nuggets goes on talking about, he hired a PDF file, and it's dude, have you hired anybody in your life? Probably not, because you're just sitting here making these videos. If they didn't do a background check on him, how would they know that he's a PDF file genius? That's for Cam Nuggets, because, I don't know, he doesn't know how logic works. And granted, I know I'm a small YouTuber, I only have 300 subs, but am I wrong? Can somebody prove me wrong? Or are you just going to call me a MrBeast shill because I believe what MrBeast is saying, versus the people that are just trying to tear him down, and they make multiple videos off it to pay their rent? And then MrBeast has to defend his philanthropy channel, and it's his most recent philanthropy charity thing, was $1 million worth of toys, and it's Christmas time, so there's gonna be a lot of happy kids out there, and that's something that Cam Nuggets or Upper Echelon probably can't even fathom, because when was the last time they made a kid smile? You know what I'm saying? I'm not even talking about it in a weird way. I'm talking about Jimmy is actually out there helping people, and then these people want to tear him down. The first sponsor that MrBeast got, he gave all the sponsorship money away to to a homeless guy. I guarantee you Cam Nuggets didn't do that, because it's easier to just sit on the computer and talk tough. Even like when I'm sitting here recording this video, I mean, who am I, you know? Anyways, that's mainly it for this. This is probably going to be my last time talking about the MrBeast thing. I do kind of like doing these commentary videos side by side, like the Baldur's Gate build videos, and sometimes like Final Fantasy and Dead by Daylight on Twitch. So if another big drama thing comes out, I'll try and do a video on it. But as for the MrBeast thing, I mean, he responded. If Dogpack responds, then we'll see what happens. But I mean, MrBeast already responded, and now for the last week in November, we can look forward to a bunch of videos like mine where we're just talking about what MrBeast and Oompaville talked about, and some people mad at MrBeast not, answering how they wanted him to answer. I don't know. Subscribe.